Hey there guys and goddesses, welcome back to my channel TheTarative and thank you for stopping by. As you'll be able to tell from the title and the thumbnail, this video is going to be all about the house and I will show you the progress / lack of progress that we have made so far. Now before I continue with the video, I just want to say I did also film a video when we first got the house, so if you want to go and check that out of what the house looked like when we first got it, and then you'll be able to view the changes that we've made so far, I will be leaving a link in the description box below and I'll also be linking it above, so if you want to check that out first, go and click that now. Otherwise, I shall just continue with this video. So as I said, progress / lack of progress, and what I mean by that is it's been going very, very slowly. Has it been a disaster? I wouldn't go so far as to say it's been a disaster. No, it's definitely not been a disaster. I'm really glad that we're in a position to buy a house and I have been enjoying it. However, there has been a lot more work needing to be done to the property than I originally thought, and I think part of that is just a little bit of naivety on my part. I've never bought a house before. My partner has never bought a house before, especially a house that has been lived in for 20 years and hasn't really been updated throughout the people who originally had the house living there, so they haven't really done much to the property, and so 20 years on, of course there's going to be stuff that needs to be done. So it's been very, very slow. A lot of work has been done, but a lot of the work has been background work. So for instance, we had the kitchen, we had everything floored, but a lot of the stuff that we've been doing has been ripping it out and pretty much ripping it back to the sort of bare basics of a house and then starting from scratch. So of course it's a lot of work, but looks wise, it doesn't necessarily look that different, and if anything, sometimes a bit of it looks worse than it originally was, but that's because we're starting from scratch, we're doing everything brand new. The plus side of that though is the fact that we know that all the pipes, for instance, that they're one thing we're changing, we've replaced them. And so everything is pretty much going to be brand new, and so hopefully we won't have to do work to it for a very, very long time. And because everything is brand new, the house should run in a good working order. Sorry, my arm's getting tired, I'm just going to switch arms. So yes, it has been very, very slow progress. It's unfortunately not going to be ready, I don't think, for when we're getting married, which is a little bit of a shame, but we are definitely more than happy to wait until it is. I don't think it will be that many more weeks after the wedding before we can actually move into the property and start getting some furniture for this place. So before I go and ramble on more and more and more, a lot of the changes I will be talking about as we visit each room. So let's just start from the beginning. As with the last video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the front of the house, walk through, and then I'll just talk through the changes that we made so far and everything that has been done, and then also stuff that is needing to be done further to what we've done so far. And then I will be going through to the garden and showing you again the progress and the stuff we're wanting to do with that. Okay guys, let's start at the beginning of the house. So as you step into the front of the property, you'll be able to see that this is the hallway. We have stripped out all the flooring in the downstairs, so that includes the carpet that used to be here, and you'll also be able to see some relatively fresh cement in these patches here. Some of the tiles broke or the concrete floor broke, so we've just leveled that out today. But other than that, nothing's actually changed to the hallway. You will be able to see that the entrance to the living room looks a little bit bare, and the entrance to the kitchen looks a little bit bare, as we have removed the doors. The doors are a little bit inconvenient when you are moving a lot of stuff in and out of the house. We will be replacing the doors in due course once the house is finished, and you'll be able to see that the understairs cupboard, nothing has changed apart from the fact that there is some insulation and some pipe insulation in there as well, but we've kept the door on there because it's easy just to lock that away. Now with the doors before, they were a solid door like this, and it's a very small space from here to the kitchen and to the living room, so I felt that it hemmed it in. Ideally, we would like to get some new doors, white doors still, but that half of the doors are with either frosted or open, sort of windowy looking things. So I just think that will open up the space a little bit more, make it a little bit lighter and less hemmed in. Now, the first thing you'll be able to tell is the fact in this kitchen, we now have a brand spanking new radiator in place, which is fantastic. That was just put in yesterday. Originally, the radiator covered pretty much the whole length of this wall, which is rather inconvenient considering the worktop went to this end, and so the radiator was partly under the worktop. You will be able to see the relatively, again, fresh bit of concrete that we laid today. We did have to drill it up, or shall I say Sid and Dan had to drill it up, and they laid new piping to make it a little bit shorter so that the new radiator could go in place. And I'm just going to step back and you'll be able to see that everything is pretty much bare on the walls. We've removed all the tiles, all the cabinets up top, and also all the base units were removed as well. These are all the base units, all the new base units, not 100% in place, but they're all the base units that we will have. The sink will be housed there. There's just going to be a little bit of a corner bit here. The oven and hob are going to be in the original position. Gas meter here, some drawers here. This is going to be cut through. As you can see, there are some rather lovely new pipes there. A new 4-inch toilet pipe, and this is cold and warm water running to the bathroom. And I think also a little bit to the other bits of the house. I'm not entirely sure, but they've been insulated and they don't take up as much space as they did originally, as you'll be able to see. So when this is boxed in, it will be a little bit of a smaller boxed in, and so it won't take up as much space in this cabinet. Also as well, I don't know if you can see down there, you can't really, but the water meter doesn't stick out as much as it used to. So this cabinet will have access to the water meter as it did before. But no more progress could really be made because we need to get an oven and a hob, couldn't think of the word there, which I'll be doing after this video to get ordered for later on in the week. So Saturday and Sunday next week we'll be able to continue progress with this. But a lot has changed. It does look a little bit bare, but a lot of work has been done. All new pipes here, all new pipes behind these cabinets, which you can't really see until I walk over here. You can see some new copper pipes there. And as I said, all of this was replaced as well. We have kept this countertop space here, which I guess they used to have as like a breakfast bar. Now we are getting rid of that, but as you can see there is a lot of junk, well a lot of useful junk on top of here, and also some cabinets down there, but it's been really useful whilst we've been doing the kitchen and other parts of the house to have this as a place to actually store stuff, so we can store it on top and underneath. You'll be able to see these are actually the doors which we've removed from the downstairs, and these are some new cabinet doors for the rest of these base units. So that's pretty much it. Also as well, not quite sure what we're doing or wanting to do with the concreted floor. Obviously we are going to cover that. I think we'll either do proper tiles or we'll do laminate tiles, I'm not 100% sure. And then we come through to the living room, and until today this was just covered with all our base units. Now this is our worktop right here, 2 lovely slabs of that. As you can see very nice exposed green walls. I spent a whole day removing the wallpaper. As you can see, a little bit still behind where a radiator hadn't been taken off, but now has been taken off, and there's some old pipes there as well, which has a little bit of wallpaper behind that. But other than that, it is all de-wallpapered, which is fantastic. As you can see, just going around all the things. Now there was a lot of mould around the windows, which we have successfully removed. I'm going to go over it and demold a little bit more because there was a little bit of damp or mould on the walls as well. So that's pretty much it. Nothing's really been done to this, and this will be one of the last rooms that we'll start on. Basically, we're just going to re-floor it, which we're going to have laminate flooring, and we will paint it, and that's pretty much it. Replace the radiators as well. And then as you come upstairs, sorry, it is night time as I'm filming this because my phone died earlier as I was filming, hence why I'm talking a little bit quickly, because I didn't realise how much video actually drains his battery. So, as you can see, step up to the master bedroom. So we have just removed the carpet, and I've actually washed down the walls as well, not that you can really tell, but I have washed down the walls and started demoulding around the windows. Again, you won't really be able to tell that, but again, nothing really different too much about this room apart from now there is a lack of flooring. Again, we're just going to replace this. We're going to have carpet upstairs. I'm thinking this radiator is going to be replaced as well. I believe that is the new radiator to be put there, and you will be able to see actually some random tiles on the floor. Now this is not for the bedroom, this is for the bathroom, as the bathroom hasn't been tiled yet, but Sid laid out a few different tiling options for the bathroom, and we have decided this is the one to go with. Also as well, it works out that you don't have to cut it as awkwardly as if we did that, or if there were portraits, so that's good. It just makes it a little bit of an easier job when that gets around to being done. But yes, just basically clean walls and no floor. And then we come through, step down and step up, and this is the second bedroom. Now, it's a little bit tricky to get in here. A lot of the pipes have been relaid and cut off and redone to help with the new boiler. Now, there used to be a massive, oh, can't open that apparently. There used to be a big water tank in there, which is now being removed as we now got a combi boiler. and you can just see stuff's being taken out of here as well, some piping's being cut off which will be removed later, and the same for that, and just exposed underneath the floor basically. So the floorboards will be put back down and then this room will also be painted and refloored. Oopsie, making noise. Now the reason why I didn't turn on the bathroom light earlier is because it turns the fan on. Now as you come in you can see the floor is very, very messy. However, we have got a sink, we have got a toilet, and if I get over here, we have got a bath, all of which are new, as you'll be able to tell if you saw the previous video, and it's a lovely shade of just white rather than blue. Now all of these are actually in working order. You'll be able to see running water. I'm not going to flush the toilet because that does waste water, and again those are working as well. So that is fantastic. We have got a lovely handrail. Now this will be removed temporarily whilst we paint / tile, and again you can just see exposed pipes. Everything has been repiped in this room. This boxing in looks a little bit worse for the wear, but that was because it was removed and put back on. And as you can see, the new, again, 4-inch toilet pipe connected to the toilet, which this bit will be boxed in. We do have a side panel to put on there, and you'll be able to see down we have a lovely built-in shower with some exposed bits of where the shower will be. That's the knob, and that will be, sorry, that bit's the knob, and that bit is, I guess, the bit where the shower will come up from. So yes, a lot of stuff has been done, and now it does look a mess if you look at the floor, but that's because it hasn't been tidied out yet. In the grand scheme of things, even though it does look a little bit of a building site right now, a lot of stuff has been done and a lot of progress has been made, which is fantastic. Okie dokie, now coming outside, as you can see, this is the conservatory, which isn't really conservatory, but as you can see, all the stuff that we have been ripping out / collecting has been dumped in here. And back onto the patio, again you can see an old sink and an old radiator. I haven't really done much to this part of the garden, and nothing really to the shed as of yet. Don't know if you'll be able to see, but coming around here there's a nice hole in the kitchen wall and a new pipe for the radiator, sorry not the radiator, the boiler. The new boiler pipe coming out there. And coming down, and you probably won't be able to see too much difference. I've removed a little bit of stuff here. I did just dump it there rather than putting it in the bins because the bins were a bit full, and also this is now a lot more there. So I've tackled a lot of that. And I did cut back the rose bush hanging here because that was very, very annoying. And then as I come to the end of the garden, you can see a lot of stuff stacked up here. Now there were bushes, not bushes, sorry, trees and bushes all the way up here and some along here. I've trimmed them back so they're not overhanging into the neighbour's garden, and so that is a lot more clear. And I've removed a thing here as well. I can't really get past here because clearly I didn't stack that very well, but there is a lot of holly or ivy. I don't really know what it was. Let me just get over here. Lots of this stuff. Is that holly or is that ivy? Please let me know in the comments below because I have no idea which one of it is, but trying to cut that down is very, very annoying. As you can imagine, it is very prickly, but I did wear gloves and I had so much fun cutting down all these bigger bits. Sid gave me this electric saw thing, which was really, really fun to use. I definitely love one of those as a Christmas present, but I don't really have any more stuff to chop down. So yes, this is what the garden looks like. The plan is to get that all cleared out, remove this greenhouse, eventually we'll build a shed, a new shed here, so it takes up the majority of this back bit, fill in the pond and get rid of pretty much all the plants here and start from scratch. That is the plan, making sure it's nice and level, maybe keep some of the raised beds over here, but I think with new plants. So basically just getting rid of all this shrubbery and plantage. That is the plan. So even though it doesn't necessarily look like we've done a lot, if you compare it to the previous video you'll be able to see it's a little bit less overgrown than it was originally, and the grass probably needs cutting again sometime soon, but that is what it looks like currently. And again, looking at the back of the house, you can see all the stuff in there, and that is it. So back inside we go. Now that you've seen the garden and the house, that does bring us to the end of the video. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed seeing the progress of the house and the garden so far. Yes, it still does look like a building site. However, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the majority of the work has actually been done now. We are definitely nearer to the end of finishing this project than we are to starting. It has been a mammoth task so far, and this could not have been done if it weren't for the amount of hours that Sid, Dan's father, has put in to doing this house. He's been absolutely fantastic. He has done pretty much 90% of the work so far, and from the bottom of the heart, I really do appreciate every second he has spent in this house, because it would not be able to have been done without him. He's been absolutely amazing. Over the next few weeks, it might take a month and a half, but the finishing touches will be made and we'll be able to decorate and floor, or add the flooring, which will be fantastic. I do plan on filming another video once the house has been completed, so you guys can see it completely finished, which will hopefully, as I said, will not be too far into the future. And then I also plan to do another video so you guys can see what we have done to add our personal touch to the house, such as furnishing it with sofas and beds and decorations, etc, etc. So again, as I said, any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below. I'll be sure to have a little look. If you want to see, and if you didn't already see, the original video I did of what the house looked like at the beginning once we bought it, again, there will be a link in the description box down below, and I shall hopefully see you guys very, very soon. Bye for now.